up, FROMily? I'm Kelly, Ellis's favorite, Keen.
I'm Jazz Dale, CEO of Party Ruining Shamanic.
And I'm Dawn, one sweater, used some stains, Glenn.
We are breaking down episode 7 of season 1 of From All Good Things, aka the Colony House Massacre. All thanks to Kevin Sell and his girlfriend Jasmine. It's your namesake, Jazz.
Rude and unfair.
We haven't had a Dawn in the show. We've had a Jasmine and a Kelly, but we haven't had a Dawn yet.
No.
Well,
yeah. Maybe we'll get
got
one.
a season coming.
Yeah.
Who knows?
There's time.
So this was a really fun, if not tragic, episode. Yes. I really enjoyed the madness of it all.
Mm-hmm.
There was
it is chaotic.
There was some, I think, unintentional comedy in this episode that we will discuss later. Much of it happening in the basement of the Matthews house. But why don't we go ahead and just jump in right now with our box picks. Jazz, who are you putting in the box this week?
Probably the same as everyone else. Fucking Kevin.
Yes.
Kevin, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What? She's like, you're afraid of me? Well, I've watched you eat 8 or 9 people, so a little. Like, you asshole. I'm sure we'll discuss it more at length. I don't need to go on about it, but
yeah.
Whoo, talk about throwing it all away. You
Dawn, who are you putting in the box this week?
Yeah, it's Kevin the incel. It's proof of what men will do to have sex. Oh, she's only a little bit murderous, but still, I trust her because she's going to let me do it. Yeah, I can.
Don't care. Had sex.
Yeah.
You didn't even get sex.
Yeah.
You want us to believe that men are like, oh no, you're too fat, you're too this. No, she's literally an human eating monster, and he's still attracted to her. So
all right, yeah, Kevin's the obvious choice, but since you guys both picked him, I will go with Dale.
Yeah, that's a good second choice.
Nick. Yeah, and I'll discuss more on that later, but Dale was a dick. And I love that I love that Liz Saunders got to punch out her real life husband.
I know.
Yes. This was my first time watching it since knowing that. So I was like very enjoyable.
Yeah. Very, very funny.
I'm just kidding. I would never punch my husband.
I'm sure she got a kick out of it. Even though
it's so much funnier knowing that.
Yeah.
I definitely think that guy in episode 1 is supposed to be Dale, though. Their wardrobe is the same. It's the same. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. All right, Jess, who are you giving your pancakes to this week?
Fatima is getting the full stack of pancakes this week. First of all, being kind to Trudy, which I'll talk more about later, but is never necessary. She's just a kind person. Second, knowing Donna wanted to stall and wait for Ellis and insisting that she leave her behind and follow protocol and get everyone else to safety. Like, Donna's not the type to fall apart, but she's so attached to the two of them. She did not want to leave them behind, and that could have cost a lot more lives if Fatima hadn't, kept her going. And then finally finding Ellis, getting him inside, and just trying out the vestibule working as a safety room. She had no idea it was going to work. Like, they very easily could have both died, but she was like quick thinking enough to try it, and it worked. And she's she's just brilliant. She's a great character. She's really strong in season 1. I miss this version of her. I hope we maybe get a little bit back in season 4.
Yeah.
Doubtful, but
Dawn, how about you? Who are you giving your pancakes to?
It's all Fatima all the time. It just one after the other, she just shows how she understands people and puts other people's needs before her own. She's looking after Julie, she's making sure she's okay. She's looking after Trudy, making sure she's fine. And even when Ellis is being a douche, she's understanding and just being gentle with him and not being like, oh, how dare you, just so considerate of other people, knows how to take care of them, and just what a good person. Everybody needs somebody like that in their lives, that's and that when Donna gives her speech about how she's only been there a year, Fatima's been there a year but has made such an impact on everybody's lives, and you can totally see why in this episode.
Yeah, it's a Fatima shout out. I can't give it to anybody else.
She kills this episode.
Yeah. But I mean, everything you guys said, but also just that awkward moment with Julie. She didn't freeze up. Julie started running off and she wanted her to come back, and, she wanted to kind of make her feel better about the awkward situation. She's the brightest light of the show by far. Everyone should know someone like Fatima. And I would be interested to know because Ellis is such a good guy too. And I'd be interested to know if he was always like that or if Fatima kind of made him better,
Yeah.
So yeah, Fatima across the board.
I definitely think he would be much sadder and having a much more difficult time coping with what's happening to him if it weren't for Fatima.
Yeah.
Especially with his mom,
all that.
Well, before we move on to our top and bottom fives, I just want to make a little announcement first. Some of you have already heard this, but we are required to, this will be our final announcement. And it is about something that Jazz and I recently did. There have been a lot of accusations thrown our way, and we want you guys to be able to trust us. We want you to know that you can trust us, that we're honest, and that we're honest about keeping a safe fandom space. So to do that, we have decided to join a group called Creator Accountability Network, CAN, and this was both for our own safety and the safety of our community. CAN is a nonprofit dedicated to reducing harassment and abuse through ethical education and a system of restorative accountability. Jazz and I joined because we care about safety and the well-being of our community members. If you feel that our behavior or our content has harmed someone, please report it to CAN, either via the reporting form on their website, creatoraccountabilitynetwork.org, or via their hotline at 617-249-4255. They'll help us make it right and avoid repeating that mistake in the future. CAN also needs volunteers from our communities to help with their work. So if you have skills that you think would be helpful or time and a desire to help, please visit their website to find out how you can volunteer. Most importantly, get the word out to other creators who you think you would be interested in getting credentialed. Help us build safer communities together. And I really want to emphasize that too. If you're following a creator who, you're not really sure about, ask them to join CAN. And that way you will know that you can trust that creator. And that is about it for our little announcement. So and all of this info will be posted in our episode description as well. So let's go to our bottom fives. Jazz, what is your number 5?
Why will Julie not listen to anything anyone is saying? He goes to Victor for advice, and then he just keeps begging her to leave him alone, and she won't. And then she's like, help me, Victor, help me. And everything he tells her to do, she's like, why? What? Why? No, you're crazy. Like, he's been there the longest. You know that. Just listen to him. Just do what he's asking you to do. If anyone knows how to stay alive, it's Victor. Come on.
Dawn, what about you? What's your number 5?
In related news, it's Julie related. It's Julie's gay awakening with Fatima. I just thought it's such a typical teenage thing that it's so awkward. It's that teenage mindset that, hey, I'm an adult, I can handle everything. And then she's like, ooh, get all kissing girl, what I do, and freaking out. And then it's like, do you want to kiss me? It's it's basically Julie being a teenager, like making everything awkward. And hey, just be cool, Julie, be cool. And she doesn't.
Have you met her dad?
Yeah, that's true. She takes after Jim, clearly.
So my number 5, and I don't know, I've rewatched this series so many times, so I don't know how I didn't notice this until this time around, but what the fuck is up with those weird brown stains on the basement refrigerator in the Matthews house? It looks like somebody stood in front of the refrigerator naked and just projectile sharted all over it.
Oh, God. I did not notice that.
No, I didn't notice that.
I should have gotten a screen grab.
We all need
to go back.
Pause this video and go and look.
Yes. It's absolutely disgusting. And I'm so upset that I noticed that because, ugh.
Wild.
That's exactly what it looks like. Jazz, what's your number 4?
I love Khatri as a character, but boy, does that man have a high opinion of himself.
Yeah.
He really thinks like I am a part. This is about me. Like, I know he thinks Boyd. And I feel like he sees Boyd and Sarah as more of a means to an end to let him save everyone than he does seeing it as a team effort or even Boyd's, calling. He's like, I'm the one who's going to save everyone. I'm the one who's going to lead everyone home. Even at the end, as he's passing, he's like, this isn't how it happens. Like, it did. I don't know how it did, but we'll discuss that later.
Yeah. Dawn, what about you? What's your number 4?
My number 4 is did Tabitha get a mud mover? Some kind of equipment in there? Because that's a damn square hole she's got. How did she get it so? It's so neat. And she's dug what looks like 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot. In the night while Jim
hauled the dirt upstairs one bucket at a time.
While Jim's just like having a nap or drawing something. How is that a realistic hole for her to have dug?
Yeah.
Where is all the earth? As the there's a classic British sitcom, if you're British you'll know what I'm talking about here, called Porridge, and it's about somebody in a prison, and the famous episode where they're digging a tunnel to escape, and one of the guards asks one of the prisoners, you can tell me what did they do with all the dirt from the tunnel? And he says, oh, that's easy. They dug another tunnel to put it in. Which is one of the best endings of a sitcom ever. So I'm assuming there's just a whole massive pile of earth someplace that Ethan's just climbing to the top of with his little bucket. Like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the name of that show, Dawn?
Porridge. Because in British slang, porridge is what you call doing time. You're doing porridge. So
Oh,
That's the most
dedication.
British shit I've ever heard.
interesting. So my number 4 is I'm being a bit of a hypocrite here because I have ADHD, and one of my ADHD symptoms is I tend to trip over my words, and it takes me forever to get to make a point or to get things out sometimes. But because of my ADHD, it's also extremely painful for me to watch somebody else do that.
Mhm.
And my God, does Khatri know how to bury a lead? Like, oh my God. I'm surprised Boyd didn't threaten to shoot him then. Like, just
Seriously.
fucking spit it
Get
out
to
already,
the
dude.
point.
That was
Like,
painful.
yeah. Do you have to hold the gun on everybody just to go, hurry the conversation up, please?
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
Boyd, I need to have a talk with you. And then it's a 3-act one-man show.
Yeah.
The sun has come up and he's still talking. You know, it's been an entire night. That's how long his conversation took.
Oh
I
my
do
God.
love that Boyd was like, well, I guess we're having a sleepover.
Yep. All right, Jazz, what's your number 3?
Going back to what Dawn said earlier, the Julie kiss scene is painful to watch.
Yeah.
It's painfully awkward. And then they never fucking resolve it.
I
They
know.
never
Oh, I forgot.
resolve it. We never come back to it, and that bothers me all the time.
I don't think
But-
Stacy was put there to show that Fatima is like polyamorous. I think Stacy kissing Fatima was put in to make Julie question her sexuality, and they never went back to it.
Julie's already attracted to Fatima. She's already developing feelings for her.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty obvious. I think that was the scene with Stacy was so she could go, oh, I actually have a chance with her. Like,
Yes.
she and Ellis aren't exclusive, and she's into girls.
Yeah.
But, like, she did it in the most awkward way imaginable and then ran away, and then we never talk about it again.
Yeah.
It's so strange. It's so strange.
It
I mean, she's not, I don't know how old Fatima is, but I'm assuming she's too old to be dating Julie anyway.
Yes.
But assuming it's not appropriate in the first place.
Yeah.
But I would really like for them to bring that back or like close that storyline. It's just oddly dangling there.
If they had a scene of Fatima saying, hey, look, I'm too old, it's inappropriate, whatever, even here, but do you want to talk about that? Do you want to, if you're into that, that could open up a conversation, but they've just completely, it's a shame.
Dawn, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is something that Kelly wanted to bring up, and I'll see what I see, then I could lead Kelly into what she wants to see. Mine is Jim turning a massage sexy. Jim, don't you know that a woman, your wife, just wants a massage because she's dug a massive hole? She doesn't.
Isn't she filthy? Been digging a hole all day.
A wife can want her shoulder rubbed without getting their other holes being involved. That's massager in the hole. Not anyway. I won't finish that sentence. But I just was like, Jim, stop it.
I'm gonna have some commentary to share on that later.
Yes.
I have they're trying to show them reconnecting.
Yes.
But
I think it's trying to show that they still have that connection. However else they feel about each other and are fighting, they still have that, which is
And I know obviously like she's not literally dirty, but she's in over her head. They have a ladder getting in and out of this hole. She's been digging in this hole all day. She would be so sweaty and grimy and like salty. Like, what are you doing?
Maybe he's into that. Maybe that's what gets him going.
I bet. I bet.
My number 3 is excuse me, Christopher. Why were those pages stuck together?
We've gone down a dark path in this episode, haven't we?
Man, I didn't even think about that.
Why
Was
were
that
those
up,
pictures?
buddy? With
Yeah.
a picture of himself in there.
I just fell off.
That's real weird.
We're going to have to give this an explicit rating. It's going to get banned on YouTube.
Christopher got off to photos of himself.
Maybe it was the car behind him.
He's one of those guys that like licks his eyebrows in the mirror.
Yeah.
Before he goes out.
Oh my god. Oh,
too much
that's
fun.
funny.
This is what the people want to hear. I'm telling you.
I'm so unserious with my picks this week. Like, so much happened.
It's just such a good episode. It was hard for me to come up with.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
All right, Jazz, what's your number 2?
The shit that Dale says is so wildly out of pocket. The fact we don't know as the audience, but like literally everyone in the room gasped.
Yeah.
Why would you say that at a party at all? Why would you say that at all? Let alone in that city. Like, you can tell that he's drunk. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? Why would you pick that fight? And it's so satisfying that Donna punches him out. But I just can't get over what an awful, awful thing it was that he said. Both things.
Yeah.
About Ellis. Yeesh, you're a trash person.
Dale would absolutely be an Elon Musk fan. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Once he said like mother like son, like that was pretty terrible. But I seriously thought that he was being racist.
Yes.
What, he's black, so you think he's gonna have a gun on him and he's gonna shoot people? Like, and I totally thought this was us learning that Dale is a racist. Then he said like mother like son, and I'm like, oh, okay, something happened. Something happened there. But still, I mean, he was a total dick. And deserved to get punched.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yeah. Don, this is number 2, right?
Number 2, yeah. Although I didn't put Dale in, although I wrote down Dale being a dick. But I put Ellis being a dick as my number 2 because Dale, we don't know anything about Dale other than this is him. But we know Ellis is such a sweet guy and a lovely partner, and he's just acting like such a bro by being, I'm suffering here, and this is triggering for me, and this is, when it isn't for everybody else who's come. Everybody there has lost someone, has gone through something like that. It might not involve their mother, but likelihood is if they were there with someone, it was someone they were very close to. And so I just hate that it makes him seem so selfish and like a normal man, whereas he's normally such a great example of untoxic masculinity, of showing the good side of him. But this is him slipping into what you would expect a young guy to be like, and be all about how he's suffering, and nobody knows the trouble he's seen.
I'm wondering how close Fatima's anniversary is to the date of what happened with his mom.
Yeah, I'm assuming it must be.
He just seems really distressed right now in a way that doesn't really make sense in the context of the episode.
Maybe that was why Boyd went to Abby's grave the other day. That was maybe that was the anniversary of it.
So I'm thinking it has to be close because
that makes sense.
Do we know if it happened before or after Fatima got there? It had to be
I don't
before.
remember.
Because she's
Yeah.
only been there
Huh.
for a year.
I don't know. I mean,
They've
I
been there
know
for
that he was
3.
living with his parents when
Yeah.
that happened. But you know, I'm guessing he probably moved to Colony House after that incident.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
See? They let him
Yes.
move, even though
Yeah.
he chosen.
I
Yeah.
could do with a timeline. If somebody is watching could do it for me, thanks. Of how long everybody's been there. I would love to see,
Mhm.
you know, see the different when. But I don't think there's a lot of them. I don't think we know. They haven't mentioned it, so it's just, you know, they've been there longer than somebody else. It's like a logic puzzle. Dawn has been there longer than Alice, but not as long as Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ticks and crosses.
Nobody's been there as long as Victor.
No.
Yeah, definitely. So my number 2 was I just think From is so much better than this, and the payoff was interesting, but I hate how contrived it was that, like, Fatima gave Trudy her sweater and they have similar hair. I mean, that actress was basically cast because she has hair like Fatima's.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so that, you know, that there could be a fake out Fatima death. It was way too contrived for the quality of the show. And so I was kind of rolling my eyes a little bit.
Yeah.
Nitpicky, but whatever. Jazz, what's your number 2?
My number 1.
Oh, number 1. Sorry.
Yeah. Leave it to a man to get everyone killed trying to bang a literal demon. I mean, Kevin, the male loneliness epidemic has not gone far enough. Bro, they eat. Well, they don't eat. We don't know that they eat people, but they at least eviscerate people. You know, you've seen it happen. He's been there for some time. We don't know how long, but. And the worst part is, no one ever knows it's his fault. No one ever finds out how they got in at all. He just gets buried and people say some nice words when he really killed who knows how many people. How many graves did Victor dig? Do we know?
5, I think. When we
Something
saw
like
it from
that.
above, it looked like 5, yeah. But
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. We don't know how. I mean, at least 3 people for sure, but I know there's more than that.
Yeah. There were 14 that died total.
Oh, 14.
Thank
wow.
You.
Yeah. There were 14 total. It's because I remember Donna telling Boyd or somebody that.
Mm.
You know, I have an interesting thought about that whole thing with Jasmine and Kevin. So once he let her in, okay, first of all, we saw her like washing her hands and she seemed more human than the other creatures. And once he let her in, she could have just killed him immediately. I mean, it's not like he would have been able to fight her off.
It's because he wasn't afraid of her.
Yeah.
So she wasn't going to get anything off of him if she just killed him immediately.
Yeah.
She needs his fear. So that's why she started off. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That she had okay. Yeah, because they feed off their fear.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But I mean that's not entirely consistent though, because when Boyd went out with to the monsters, spoiler, sorry. Anyway, so Boyd later goes outside to confront the monsters and they don't go after him, but he's scared. He's terrified to be out there. He's not holding it together. he's just being super brave, but they don't, they don't go after him. So I don't know. It's kind of.
I don't think they can. I think whatever's controlling everything wants Boyd alive.
Yeah,
that makes
I mean,
sense.
he's providing a lot of hope. Like he's what's holding everything together.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're eating better now that people have a false sense of security.
Yes.
When things break down than they were when they were just like everyone was just constantly afraid and exhausted.
Yeah, they have to give them hope so that they're in a worse state than they were before. When
Yeah,
that makes sense. John, what about you? What's your number one?
It's just the same, but yeah, let's just focus on Kevin. I just the thought that somebody could be that blind, that lacking in any sense. I mean, you might be like, how long was this going on? And he was giving her flowers and what it obviously we know that they are like playing into their worst fears, so I'm assuming that is related to Kevin, how this happened, that rather than you'll be alone forever, well, he will. That's what they're kind of saying, is that maybe she was like, none of those girls understand you, but I do.
Yeah.
And that's how, so she's like, no, you don't belong with them. You belong with me. Yeah, but for him to buy it, oh, dude.
Yeah.
He's a pick-me ass monster.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously. So my number one is there's been enough talk about Kevin and Jasmine and that whole thing. So I'm going to go with something different. And it's gonna be Jade and his lazy ass.
Like, not doing the dishes.
Yeah, like it's Tian Chen wanted them to start helping with dinner, and Jade's just like, fuck off.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And I translated what she said to him when she was yelling at him in Cantonese, and he's like, okay, all right.
Upstairs. Please tell me.
Yeah, she yelled, get up, stop being so lazy. If you don't get up and come downstairs like a normal person, and then that's it.
You can see why Kenny grew up, such a lovely young man, because she would not have him stepping out of line.
I love when he's walking away and he's like, you better hurry.
Yeah, definitely. So that was my number one. Just Jade and Tian Chen had this lovely moment, and then he's just such a fucking dick. And he still hasn't showered.
No.
All right. Do we want to do debate club before we get into our top fives?
Yeah, that's
cool. Let's do it.
All right. So for the FROMily debate, I almost forgot the very important graphic. So for FROMily debate team this episode, we picked whether or not Ellis was being a selfish dick by getting drunk and causing a scene during Fatima's party. And I am the judge. And Jazz, who are you representing?
I'm against Ellis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're the prosecution, and Dawn is Dawn is defense.
Rough.
All right.
Okay.
So which one do we want to? Which one do you think is the hardest?
I feel like mine is.
Okay.
All right. I can go either way. It doesn't really matter.
All right.
I'm ready.
Okay, Jazz. Start.
Colony House doesn't have a ton of rules, but it kind of seems like getting along and taking care of yourself is a big part of it. And he is so wasted, he cannot control himself. He's making everyone uncomfortable, and this is not his day. It's his partner's day. Like, he's embarrassing her. He's embarrassing everyone and being a big dick bag. It's really not cool. I know he also has trauma, but like, he can't get it together to be happy for Fatima on her day of celebration, like when they are so close and she means so much to him. It just seems very selfish and uncool. Yeah. That's all I got.
All right. That's time. Anyway.
Nice.
All right, Dawn, let me know when you're ready.
Okay. He has lost his mother, which is a huge thing for a boy. And I think that he is feeling right at that point that when everybody's celebrating Fatima, not only does he have this pain of losing his mother, it's a reminder of what happened with her and how awful that went down, but also there's probably a part of him that thinks it's some kind of punishment in some that the only reason he has Fatima is because his mother died. That if his mother had stayed alive, he wouldn't have Fatima. He's only entitled to one woman that he loves in his life at once. And so the celebration of Fatima is a reminder that he couldn't have both women in his life, that he couldn't, his mother, and Fatima, he couldn't have both of these great loves that made him happy. And, he's a guy and he doesn't know how to explain his feelings. I should have just been my entire argument. He's a guy. He's allowed to.
You made a really good argument, Dawn.
Thank you.
You did that. Yeah, you did a really good job defending him. I think it's a tie.
Oh,
I think it's a tie.
No. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think he was a dick, but also, yeah, you understand why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm on his. I don't like the way he acted, but I do understand it. I don't think I don't want to say he didn't do anything wrong, but the things that he did wrong are understandable.
Yeah. Let's go to our top 5. Jazz, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is the scene where Ellis is trying to get Julie and Fatima to drink with him, and they won't. So he turns around and goes, "Victor!" And he's like, that's the person you're going to try to party with? Do they party together sometimes? Like, why?
That was amazing.
Choice. It was so funny. It's one of the funniest moments in the series. Just his enthusiasm. Victor! Come on, man. It was great. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah, that was
small highlight in a dark episode.
Yeah,
that was absolutely hilarious. Him trying to get Victor to drink with him was just, oh my god, that was awesome. Dawn, what's your number 5?
Yeah, it's another funny moment in a dark episode is Jade saying when he's writing on Kenny's book and Jade says, "What do you want me to do? Write on the wall like a psychopath?"
Yeah, like Jim.
Yeah, like Jim. Knowing Jim did that. It's like Jade and Jim was like it was going to become the next odd couple. And I'm here for that. I just thought it was such a funny line.
Yeah, no, that was funny. Mine is also kind of a funny line. I just Harold Perrineau, just the way he says things sometimes just cracks me up. And when he pulls a gun on Khatri, Khatri's like, "What are you going to shoot me?" He's like, "I'm going to shoot you, yeah." He's so funny. And
he is a master of delivery. He really is.
He was being so dramatic. Like, there have been much greater reasons for someone to shoot somebody. He's gonna like pull a gun on him.
I'm thinking about it.
He's like, "I might shoot you, yeah." I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. Jazz, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Victor saving Julie. Yeah. Him getting her out, getting her to listen because she just does not like to do that, getting her into the faraway tree so she escapes. Great Victor moment, great Julie moment when she finally gets her stuff together and listens to someone. I really enjoy Victor is scared, but he's like willing to face being scared, A, to help Julie, and B, because he thinks that he can help and he thinks he knows what's coming. He probably does know what's coming in some way. Yeah, it was weird. I thought it was so weird that she chose to go into his room. Like, this is the only place I can pout. You're literally the only person in the private room. I'm glad that it ended up pairing the two of them off and he was able to get her out of there.
Yeah, I had it higher up, but I'll move it down for the sake of this. I think it's this moment where you understand Victor, because a character like that who seems almost lost in his own world, if you see them in other shows, you know, somebody who's neurodivergent, and when something scary happens and they panic and they have a bit of a breakdown, or, you know, and other people have to help them, but that's not what's happening. It's the opposite. When everything goes wrong, this is when he goes, now it's my time, because I've been through this, I've done this, I know how to, you know, I'm prepared for this. The fact that he had that rope in his room ready to go, I loved that it showed this is a man who, yes, has emotional stunted growth because of the fact he grew up alone as a child for so long, but he is not just all about what's going on in his mind. He's thinking of the whole town the whole time, and when Julie is there, he's immediately taking care of her like a man in any situation, you know, would. And I loved that it showed that he isn't incapable. I think when you first see him, you think, oh, he's just away with the fairies and incapable of anything. But here you see, no, he is totally switched on and he knows what's happening and how to help. So I really loved that scene.
Yeah, that was nice. So my number 4 was it was also, I should have brought it down. It was also the Ellis trying to get Victor to drink with him. It was just
it's so funny. It's such a funny scene.
It is. It was pretty hilarious.
It makes me wonder if before Fatima was like there, maybe that Ellis would desperately try to befriend Victor. You know,
like, are they close? I want more of the story.
Yeah.
Like, Victor was his next choice, and he was thrilled about it.
Jazz, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is the scene of Chen yelling at Jade, but specifically the way that Jade gets up off the bed and stomps down the stairs like a 2-year-old is so funny. It's such a great bit of physical comedy. So many of, I just feel like not many actors would have made that choice, but he just like, oh, okay. Like it killed me. This episode's so dark. It's so much. There's so much loss, but there are like some very funny moments in it.
Yeah,
definitely. Dawn, what about you? What's your number 3?
It's a weird one to see Father Khatri dying. But what I liked about it is it showed how easy it is for them to be caught. I think you can, you know, when Tabitha puts Ethan to bed and she's worrying about him, and Jim's like, well, all the windows and doors are, you know, everything's nailed shut, they can't get in, it's fine. And as you know, we mentioned it, a false sense of security. And I think they thought that because, hey, there's nobody obvious around, let's get everybody, we are feet from the door, that you know, how are they going to kill me here? And it just took someone saying his name, and in that kerfuffle, he just looks around, and that's enough for them to.
Where did she come from?
I'm assuming she was like behind the corner of the house or something,
Yeah,
I
or
don't
like
know.
lurking behind the van once.
Yes, yeah.
Approach. She comes out of nowhere.
Maybe she was riding the back of the van all the way along.
She was floating just above.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like that it took away that sense of there's some security. No, there is none. They can get you that easily.
It was also honestly, it was also one of the most well done death scenes I think I've ever seen.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah, I mean, it was so effective. I mean, just like you felt like you were right there with him, like the way he was breathing, struggling to breathe, and like it just
his shock, like his complete shock. Yeah.
And that he dies, as Boyd says, "Deliver us from evil." That bit was just like, oh, that's and the minute you.
Sorry, keep going.
I was just going to say, you see his eyes just go, and you're like, that's the line he dies on.
The final moment of that, where Donna just collapses onto Boyd's shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
What a scene! Oh, she doesn't even have any lines. No. She's just doing facial. Like it's an incredible scene.
Yeah,
it really is. All right, so mine. What's up?
I said top marks.
Oh yeah, yeah. My number 3 was my number 3 is Tabitha reading the Chromanocle at the beginning.
Oh yes,
I just thought that was super cool. And it kind of like gave us a little bit of a hint, the storyline. There's a lot of references to like one of the episode titles is "Oh, the Places We'll Go," and what she was reading from the Chromanocle was, like something about how the magical worlds that she's visiting and her journey is just beginning, etc. I thought it was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that I had jotted down all of that whole intro, but
I can tell you most of what she said because I wrote it down.
Oh, cool.
If you hang on, where did it come in the episode? Was it?
I love that the Chromonocle's a girl too.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you found it, Dawn?
Yeah. Yet the Chromanocle had a feeling there was still more to come and more adventures for her to go on. So poor Tabitha. She ain't going anywhere soon.
I am assuming that a past version of Tabitha wrote that book.
Oh,
yes.
Or maybe it was somebody that knew Tabitha in a previous life.
I think it was Ethan, a version of Ethan. I think he wrote the one book that he loves.
Yeah.
It was Eloise.
Cool. Yeah. 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 Okay. I like that. That's interesting. Jazz, what's your number 2?
The scene of with Fatima and Trudy, I thought was really sweet. I love that, even though that's just another reason why Fatima was my MVP, is like, it's her day. She doesn't need to take time out to cheer up Trudy. She doesn't even like Trudy, but she doesn't want her to feel sad. And, she gives her favorite thing that she's been hiding from her for months. It's just very kind. Like, Fatima is such a kind person. And I love that Trudy was like, I'm going to get you something, and goes and gets her pillow. Yeah. It's her most prized possession. It was just a really sweet, sincere moment, and that didn't end well. It was crazy that Trudy was like, I'm not going to have an anniversary. Like, I just don't. I know I won't. Yes. And then she immediately gets Scott.
Yeah. Another psychic moment.
I liked that moment a lot too. That was really sweet.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
And she would. Trudy was so appreciative.
Yeah.
People have hit or miss feelings about Trudy, but I really, that made me like her a lot.
Yeah.
the fact she was talking to her pillow about how it was going to have a nice new owner was
I
just
know.
like, oh, bless you.
I know.
So sweet.
I know. All right, Dawn, how about you? What's your number 2?
My number 2 is in amongst Boyd and Khatri's sleepover is Khatri's story about the bag. I mentioned this in our last episode. I am so appreciative we got the entire thing explained one episode later. Thank you. And I thought it was really interesting because I couldn't imagine how did these and you see the bloody shirt and you think he's killed a man, he's run somebody over, he was drunk driving and he killed someone or something, and then to find out that it's guilt, which and that's his big thing that's on his back. His pain is guilt that he didn't help this young man or boy, I don't know. He doesn't really see young, but we'll call him a boy. That he wasn't able to help him. He missed his opportunity. And I guess that a lot of their time in From is about spotting the opportunity to help people, to save people, being there at the right moment to be able to pull someone in or whatever, or talk them down, if they are thinking, well, what's the point, and throwing themselves out and to be killed. That's what it's all about there, and he's come into that thinking that he's failed at that he's failed at spotting the moment when someone needs intervention and doing something practical about it. I thought it was really revealing and a very interesting story, rather than he has this darkness in him, he's done something terrible. No, he was just human. Lovely.
Yeah. And he, and he rectified that because he died helping people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Great pick, Dawn.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So my number 2 is the dialogue. I copied it. The dialogue in the digging scene where Jim was down there with Tabitha. I never picked up on it until I usually have the subtitles on when I'm watching it. I always remembered that, Tabitha's sex noises. The dialogue. Listen to this. Okay, this was the dialogue that was happening. If we go any deeper, we're going to need a taller ladder. Well, we'll go as deep as we have to. Here, come here. Let me take a look at that. Ow, that's it. Yeah. Little bit harder. I'll take over here. Moans. Are you stuck on your antenna? Yeah. Ow. Go slow, please. Oh my God. How's that? It's amazing.
Wow.
And then they smoked a cigarette.
I need one after all that.
I would love to know Ian and Catalina's reaction upon seeing that script page.
Right? How does that look on the page?
Are you sure we're not doing it the whole what's happening here?
Maybe they're
no nudity in my writer.
Yes, they're like, no, we're doing a sex scene, and they're like, no. They said, okay, well, you don't have to have sex, but we'll just leave the dialogue the same.
Yeah. And I love the "Are you stuck on your antenna?"
Sorry,
were they supposed to bang in that hole?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, But
yeah,
I agree. Stuck on your antenna. When Kelly read that out to me before we recorded, and I was killing myself laughing. It was so funny. What a visual that is. Pure Jim stuck on his antenna.
If they go deeper, they're going to need a taller ladder.
And I have to say that the subtitles on my version of it, when he kissed her shoulder, normally it'll just say in brackets kisses, but it said smooches. So he wasn't just kissing, he was smooching.
Nice. But I do want to add on to that though. This was a really sweet episode for the two of them because they had been planning to get divorced, and earlier Jim was like kind of low on his confidence and talking to Tabby about the plans for the tower and everything. And she kissed him, which was really sweet. She kissed him and she said, you know, it's what you're doing matters. They had that little sweet moment in the hole. So it was a good.
I wonder if they had a conversation. Are we going to have sex in the hellscape? Is it safe to have sex in the hellscape? Yeah, let's do it.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
Spoilers.
They gave birth to an old man in a yellow suit. Jazz, what's your number one?
This is going to seem really silly and minor compared to how big this episode is. But the fact that Colony House has a full pot farm that Fatima is in charge of, just give the people what they need. It's not easy to grow good weed. It's not. It takes work and effort and knowledge. And I love that Fatima came prepared to set up a grow house somehow.
Like, did she come with a little plant? What my knowledge of weed is very minimal. Yeah, did she have seeds or because isn't it this is how it's illegal in Scotland. I'd have never seen it. It's like dried, isn't it? It's dried leaf. So
you grow the plant.
Yes.
You have to give it a very specific light schedule so that the buds develop the right way, and then when they're ready, you cut it and hang it and cure it, and then it's ready. It's
so it wouldn't have so having seeds is not going to be a natural thing. She must have, maybe she was carrying to go and grow some.
She could have bought some seeds or had some saved up from some crappier weed that she purchased at another time. She did come in a bug, so there's an association with that.
Thank
I don't
you
know
for
how she was prepared.
Thank you for Cannabis 101. Education.
I'm from LA, so
yeah, exactly.
Great, Dawn. How about you?
Yeah, my number one is Super Fatima Saves the Day. I love that Fatima saved the day. I love that she saved Ellis, that she was smart, that she thought out of the box. Well, she created a box, but she thought out of the box. Love that. So many shows still to this day fall back on the damsel in distress. She must be saved or whatever. No, Fatima told Donna, just go, save everybody. I'll deal with this. Then she saved Ellis, and she came up with an ingenious thing to do to go, look, let's, on that, in that flash of a second, to think, let's do something instead of taking our chance, running into the bushes and hoping we might outrun them because he's injured. Brilliant. And I'm just chef's kiss to that.
I want to ask in the spoiler section at the end if when we get there.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Dawn. My number one is the same. It's kind of, I wrestled between that and Khatri's death scene, even though it's sad because it was so good.
It's phenomenal.
I think I think they're kind of tied actually. Khatri's death scene and Fatima just being a badass because it honestly was one of the most effective death scenes I've ever seen, and it was great watching Fatima just be a total unafraid, well, not unafraid but brave badass.
Yes.
And then watching them just experience that relief after they realized that the talisman worked. Really cool.
It's such a good episode. There's so many good bits in it. It really is definitely one of the best episodes.
I like that they got in the vestibule and then the one monster goes, "Oh, come on, don't be like that."
Let's go into the spoiler section. If you have not watched through season 3, this is your time to exit, and we will see you in the next episode. If you are caught up on season 3 and you're just watching our rewatch coverage, then stick around. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Jess, what did you want to talk about?
Okay. Do you guys think that the monsters would have killed Fatima if they had caught her?
Oh,
Knowing
see?
what we
Yeah.
like, I
Her
don't. I
importance.
mean, I assume they could have done that to anyone, but it seems like they picked her specifically to torture her because of her infertility.
And something I've been meaning to bring up about the drawings, the painting of Fatima and Ellis is very clearly Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
So are they destined to be Adam and Eve of From, and so they have to live? That's a really good point. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
I'm
that's really
wondering if
interesting.
Fatima now can get pregnant, and if that does happen, like how she would be able to handle that, to trust that it's. I mean, they have the ultrasound machine, so they could check pretty quickly if there's actually a baby in there.
Yeah.
Was that always her destiny? Do they think that far ahead? I just don't know. I feel like maybe they would have caught her and tortured Ellis in front of her, similar to the way we see in the opening of season 3.
Yeah, that would
but
make sense.
I don't know that they needed her for that. But maybe they did. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like Marge in Welcome to It. Welcome to Derry. You know, can see time, and so knows Marge's importance. But so I'm assuming they can see all of time, these evil, whatever the evil power is behind this.
They do seem to be some kind of omniscient.
Yeah. Really interesting. Yeah, good point.
All right. Well, do you guys have anything else to add?
That's it. No, I was just curious what you guys thought about that.
Yeah, no, I think that's something really interesting to think about for sure. All right. Well, that is the end of our coverage for episode 7. Check back tomorrow because we are going to be uploading almost every day, all the way through season 3, leading into season 4.
Cranking them out.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging, and we'll see you soon.